Hey guys, in this video we're going to be covering our high-low sparring. This is a multi-level sparring style. I've got a couple of helpers that are going to come in and kind of show you how this works. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know about this. We just turned it into a dance party or something. Okay, so Mr. Xander and Mr. Matt are going to be helping us out here. So when we think about sparring, we want to think about being able to change levels, okay? And I don't mean like this. That's not the level I'm talking about, Matt. Come on now. So we're going to be talking about striking to different levels of the body. Now there are some important rules to this. We're going to think about what we can and can't strike, okay? So just like any type of sparring, we're not going to be striking directly toward the back of the head or the spine. We are also not going to strike to the groin, and we're not going to do any grappling style takedowns. Here's what I mean by that. Mr. Xander, can I borrow you for just a second? If I get in here and I grab hold of Mr. Xander and I'm doing these big leg sweeps or maybe hip throws or something like that, those are grappling style techniques where I'm grabbing hold of him. However, in this style of sparring, we can do foot sweeps. We can do our foot-to-foot sweeps here. We can go inside. We can use this outside foot sweep. We can do any of that stuff, okay? Because that's technically low section. So let's think about the sections of our body for a minute. We have, below the waist here, that's what we would call our low section, okay? We've got our torso here, which is our midsection, and then we've got our high section. Now, this is called high-low sparring, okay? It doesn't say high, mid, low sparring, but we are including that middle section in this type of sparring. The idea here is that if I strike low, maybe I kick Matt in the leg here, now he's thinking about his leg, he's not thinking about his head. And so now I can throw an attack up there toward the head. Maybe I can strike him in the body a couple of times. Now he's starting to guard his body, and then I can throw that high kick. Or I can strike the body and then down low to the leg. Just like anything else, we don't want to throw any straight line strikes to the knees, okay? We can throw our circular kicks to the inside and outside of the thigh, not directly to the knee, okay? So if you want to do a leg kick here or here, you can do that. Depending on what gear you're wearing, you may want to be careful with that, especially because shin checks are allowed. If I'm not wearing a shin pad and I come in here to go to that leg kick and he lifts his shin, we're going to go shin to shin here. That's not going to feel great, okay? So just be aware of that as we're doing this style of sparring. We're going to start off with a super basic version of this where every person gets one strike, okay? So Mr. Xander, if you come stand about right here, Mr. Matt about right here, sir. As always, we're going to face each other and bow to show respect and promise to follow the rules here. They're going to go ahead and get into their fighting stance. So we're going to go kind of one-to-one here. So I'm going to let Matt strike first. Matt's going to choose a level. So he goes for a mid-level strike, okay? So now Mr. Xander is going to strike somewhere. So Mr. Xander chooses a low-level strike. Now, Mr. Matt's last strike was a mid-level strike. So his next strike has to be at a different level. He cannot strike two times in the same level. So he's going to strike somewhere else, maybe low, maybe high. So he strikes that low level, okay? So then Mr. Xander, his last strike was a low level, so now he has to strike somewhere else. And he's going to go a high level. He's going to move offline and do that high level strike, okay? So that's kind of just the ping pong version of this. I'm going to let these guys move around with that just a little bit. Go ahead and begin. There's a mid-level, another mid-level. Let's see, there's a low level. Good, a high level. Good. We're just moving around, kind of trading shots here. Nothing too crazy. We're really just trying to think about those different levels. Okay, go ahead and break, guys. Excellent. Okay, and face each other and bow. Good. And if you guys would move this way just a little bit here. Excellent. Okay, good. So now we're going to add a second strike to this. So now we're going to do two strike combinations. We can do up to 3 strike combinations because we have 3 levels to work with here, but we're going to just kind of step it up a little bit with 2 strike combinations. So now maybe I'm sparring Xander here and I want to strike low and then high, or I want to strike middle and then low, or I want to strike high and then low, right? There's a lot of things I can do, including our sweep. So maybe I want to strike high and sweep low, right? So I can do different things with my different levels here. So these guys are going to go ahead and face each other and bow again and touch gloves. All right, we're going to let Mr. Xander start this time. So Mr. Xander is going to do a 2-strike combination, maybe a high and a low. Boom, boom, or a high in the middle, that's fine. And then Mr. Matt goes. Mr. Matt strikes, he does a sweep and then a middle. Good, okay. And keep going, guys, just a little bit here. Show them how it works. Boom, low and a middle, good. And these guys are doing a great job of really keeping their hands up here. They've made good habits there. But as you do these and you start throwing some different levels here, we have a tendency to block low or block high, and then all of a sudden some other part of our body is open. Excellent, guys. Go ahead and break. Excellent. Okay, face each other and bow. Awesome. Okay, the last level of this is that we're going to take 3 strikes and put them together. Let's go ahead and move this way a little bit, guys. Thank you. All right, so we're going to take 3 strikes and put them together. So in this case, they're going to be striking all 3 levels, okay? So maybe a low, middle, high, or maybe a high, middle, low, okay? Maybe a middle, high, and then a low. So we're kind of moving up and down the body here, trying to keep our partner distracted from where our strike is going to go. Not every one of these strikes has to be a big, powerful strike. I can be using maybe this foot sweep as a distraction and then throw a good power punch to his center here. I could throw a head kick to make him bring his hands up and then boom, down to the middle. Or I can throw here and here to make him not think about his legs. See, his weight's off that leg. Now I can really slam in a kick or maybe a sweep from there. Does that make sense? Okay, so these guys are going to go ahead and face each other and bow. I'm just going to let them kind of free spar a little bit here. Nice and light, gentlemen. Ready and begin. Excellent. Sweep there. They're moving around here. They're looking for those 3 strike combinations, looking for those targets. It really helps you to be aware of what all your options are as you're moving around. You're not just ending up striking repeatedly to the head or repeatedly to the body. Yeah, Xander's using that lead leg a lot. That's really great. Good movement there, Matt. He shot that good head-high punch in there and then started working low. Looking for those 3 strike combinations. And great. Excellent, guys. Go ahead and face each other and bow. Awesome. These guys did a great job. Thank you guys for working so hard on that. Make sure that you're practicing this nice and slow at first. We're not trying to get in here and hammer on anybody. We're just trying to learn a little bit. This is not real fighting. This is a sparring drill to help us get better at multi-level attacks. All right. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys in the next video. Keep training. Keep growing.